Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah. Is it Sonu? Hello.
Yes, yes. May I know whom I'm speaking to?
Yeah, my name is Arti Soni.
Hey, hi, Sonny. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great, thank you. So where are you from, Sony? Is that okay if I call you Sony?
Oh yeah, no problem. Actually, I'm in Boston. Nearby Boston, there is a city called Tingsboro, Massachusetts, USA.
Okay, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, great. Let me ask you a few questions about your technology right now you're working on. So could you please tell me what are you working right now and how do
Yes. So
you yes, yes,
I
go
have
on,
around
please.
9 years of experience. I have around 9 years of experience in both automation and manual testing. I got chance to work on a couple of projects for Selenium WebDriver, but it was not so depth knowledge, as well as I have worked on Selenium IDE for some kind of record and playback. Except that
Okay.
more on database testing and different kinds of testing manual, or more on manual side. And my last project was with Harvard Business School, and now I'm looking forward to get that good training and go for Selenium automation. So with Java.
Okay. Okay, okay, that's great. That sounds really great. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how comfortable are you in IDE, Sunny?
IDE was pretty good, like because they were all it was a tool and it was easy to use. We can um, we could do the assert, verify, etc. So it was pretty easy. So I think so I can rate myself 3.5 out of 5.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. And also, could you mind telling me how do you use to identify elements in IDE, if I may?
To find the elements, it was like easy because it was record and playback, and we were using F12, I mean Firebug or something extra tool to find the
Uh,
elements, and yeah.
Okay. So, did you get a chance to debug or kind of do some kind of any troubleshooting on this IDE?
No. And there were cases like many times the test case would fail. I think many times it happened that for once we run it, it used to pass, and the second time it was failing. And what was the reason? It was like hard to debug and get the solution.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, okay, okay. That's good. No problem. Let me understand on the technical perspective. So you are good in Selenium IDE. So yes, right. You have debugged. No. Yes. So how do you use to identify elements? Was it just with the help of Firebug, or do you know the terminology of identifying locators too?
Well, yes, I know how to find, like, I know how to find by ID, by name, by tag, by XPath, by,
Oh,
uh,
okay, okay. That's great. That's great. Uh-huh. So I assume that you do know how to identify you elements using all this. So you know how to identify elements using ID, name, class, XPath, is it? Yes, Sony. These are the things you know, is it?
yeah, even
About-
more CSS class also we can find, and partial link,
Okay.
full link.
Oh, great. So you do know how to use partial link text, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So I think you're pretty good here right now. I don't see any problem. This shouldn't be a problem. You just need to have some exposure. And starting, and let me tell you how this demo works, and I can also explain what you're looking for also. But since it is a demo, this is standard procedure that I'll have to explain myself what I'm going to do as part of demo. So people who actually come for training are not, they don't have any knowledge on ID usually, so they don't know what is automation is all about. But in your scenario, I see you're pretty good in automation as well as manual testing, and you know a lot about Selenium as well. You know how to identify elements, and you probably might have known what different commands available in Selenium IDE, and for that case, WebDriver too. Yes, Sony, you do have an idea about WebDriver, is it?
Yes, I have a kind of idea, but like I have never I have never learned. I have learned Java. I know programming language also, but it's like together. I want to learn Selenium WebDriver with Java. So
Okay, so that's going to be simple. Okay, let me show you an example how Selenium works with WebDriver. Yes, so we're gonna take for this an example for how to automate Gmail. Yeah, is that okay?
yes, it's okay.
So I'm gonna use Gmail here just to show you how Selenium works with WebDriver. So this is part of demo, and uh, we'll see how things go. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure, I'm getting you.
Okay. So I assume that I mean, you use Firebug, is it, to identify elements?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So if I have to identify the properties of email, how do I do it? Using, I just go for this thing and place my mouse over here. And there you go. Bam! I got my XPath for email ID, right? Okay. So actually, I don't suggest this using at all. Let's make it much more simpler and in a proper understandable format. So this makes more sense, right? So this dot is nothing, and this is also not required, so this makes much more sense, right? So we do know what is email is all about. So it's an input field. Okay, and now let's go to our WebDriver. I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm not sure if I have the projects created. Okay, okay, so here let's take this. So can you tell me what is the code that you find here, Sony?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Would you mind, do you have any idea what is the code that you see here?
Okay, let me check it. You have declared the driver as Internet Explorer driver, and driver goes to the URL. It finds the element by class, and then
Mhm.
you command it to print the title of the page. Then you
Okay.
again find element by class name and get aggregate, and find element by XPath, get text, and then you set driver to quit. So the output
Mm-hmm.
would be title of the page is um, whatever it gets
Okay,
in
that's good.
class
I
name.
think you're pretty good here. And okay, so you do know that I see that you do know how the WebDriver code works, and let me be more specific. And I really wanted to get into details right now. But I see you're very familiar with WebDriver as well. Tell me, what are you looking for actually, Sony? What what do you think
Yes.
you want from this training?
Yes, so I want like more on frameworks, in the depth knowledge of the framework, all kinds of framework, as well as the cookies, and like transferring between the iframe and I know how to take the screenshot code, but like more on taking the screenshot code than in case like there is some dynamic ID been created, like dynamically each time the ID has been created. So in that case, how to handle the WebDriver. Hello?
Is it right?
Give me a minute.
So you can
Yeah.
see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
So these are the things you're looking for, is it? So you're
Right.
looking to get an exposure on frameworks, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Switching between frames and taking screenshots, yeah, and then followed by handling dynamic elements. Is it? Is it all?
Right. And I need a very good example. Like, if someone asks me, like, it would be an interview question first that you have ever made the frameworks. So in that
Okay.
case, I need A to Z everything of what I need to explain them that yes, this is the things I have done and this is the framework I have worked on. So with all examples like,
Mhm.
data-driven testing as well as hybrid as well as keyword-driven testing. So a lot of things, in framework.
Yes, yes, sure. I can definitely help you with that. To start with, I'm not going to show you the keyword-driven framework. Let's keep that aside. I have two frameworks developed. Both are kind of does the same, but they are different. Okay, so this is the framework. This is the first framework within Java, and it is not. So, do you know how Maven works?
Not exactly, but yeah, I have worked before 2-3 years with Eclipse and Maven. So
Okay. So, what do you can you tell me what is Maven is all about according to you?
mm, no, I know no idea about Maven.
Okay, okay, sure, sure, no problem. So, you may have known this adding references, is it?
Uh, yes.
How do you
Maven.
add references?
Okay, Maven. I'm not sure. To add the references, I'm not sure about it.
So let's take this one step behind. So you see, I'm using all these Selenium libraries, is it? How do you think they are identified? How do you think I got this in my Eclipse?
Give me a minute, sir. Um, okay. Yeah. So these are the libraries which you have to use. Okay, so I was just practicing recently on C Sharp, and they have called something called nuggets, from which like I used to download the references for
Huh?
whatever class I needed to use. I think so. Maven does the same thing, right?
Not sure, but I think you're getting there. See, let me explain you more clearly what is Maven is. So Maven helps us to automatically take care of all the reference jar files that are added to the project. Okay. So these
Okay.
things, all that you see here, are not part of Java programming. Agreed? So these are not Java libraries, right?
Right.
They don't
Right.
come as soon as I install Java in my program, in my system. Clear with that?
Yes.
So in order to have in order to work with Selenium, what we have to do is we'll have to obviously go to um, seleniumhu.org, is it right? And from here we will have to download a jar file, right? Selenium standalone server jar file, is it?
Right.
You're getting me right? So
Yes.
in this jar file, which is already downloaded in my machine, so in this jar file what you can actually find is all these things. Okay, so this is just a jar file that's been so jar file is nothing but a compressed zip file. Okay, it's a compressed zip file. So to show you an example, what I can do is I can let's take this jar file. So okay, this is not jar file. Okay, we'll go ahead and download one. Okay, so let's download this. I have now I'm now trying to download jar file. Okay, okay, now I'm keeping it in my desktop. Okay, so jar file is nothing but just a like I told you, it's a compressed file. So it has all the classes and the packages. Okay, so it has everything. You see, the code that I have written, that we have here, goes to somewhere here, right? Let's take this. This is much more. This makes much more sense, right? So WebDriver is something that we know. Okay, so it is in somewhere called org OpenQA Selenium WebDriver. Let's see if I could find that in my in this jar file. Okay, I found org, and here OpenQA, and from here Selenium, and here WebDriver. Yeah, so there it is. So we do have WebDriver class. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Tony.
Actually, I have
Yes, go on.
just muted my phone, so I'm okay. I'm listening to you. In case I have any question, I will just unmute and talk to you.
Okay, sure. Oh, great, no problem. So also I would like to know, do you know how the Java programming works initially? I mean, how do we get class files?
Yes, a kind of Java object-oriented language I know, but not so, like, I had to recall everything in Java.
Okay. Let's take this opportunity, okay, to actually explain you how the Java programming works as well. So usually what we do is we can write a Java program in a notepad too. Yeah, since it is a platform independent programming language. So all I have to do is I need to have a notepad and Java installed in my machine. Okay. So these are the classes built, right? And inside this we'll have a method. And this one can be saved. Okay, I'm creating a folder called a Java files underscore SPR, and here I'm actually saving a file. Okay, so the file name has been named as hello world.java. So why do I have to name hello world? Because a class, the name of the file should be as that of the class name. My class name here is hello world, and that is why I had to name my this file also as hello world. And if I go here to the physical folder, all I can find is just a one file, right? Okay, I can just see a file. So for the program to execute, how Java programming works is, yeah, this is just a file. Okay, a Java file will be created, and we'll have our code written here. Then the second step is compilation. Okay, when I say compilation, what does it mean? So now Java tries to understand the code that is written. Okay, and then third is output of my program. Okay, so here what is the output of my program? What am I actually expecting? I'm expecting a statement. Okay, so I'd have to show, I'd have to see hello world printed in my program. Okay, in my output screen. So here in the first step, my first step is over. I have written some code, and now I'm trying, the next step is I'll have to make sure that
Hello, can you
I'll
be
have to
louder
compile.
now? Hello, hello.
How about now? Am I louder enough?
I'm not sure. Wait a minute.
Okay, let me actually use my headphones.
Yeah.
Just a second, Sony. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's much better.
Great. You did get what I'm trying to explain here, right? So now I'm trying to write something on Java, right? That is the first step. I had to create a Java programming file, and the second step is the compilation. That means now what I have to do, I'll have to explain the Java programming to understand what I have written. And the third part is the output of my program, which I get when I run the Java file. Okay, now in order to compile, what happens when I compile my code? What happens is all that is written here.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So here I have hello world.java program, and now I'll have to run this. To run this, what I have to do is I'll have to open the command prompt and go to this location. And here I'll have to compile my program first. Okay, so here now you see there are two files. One is .class file and the other one is .java file. So this one is what I have written. Yes, and this is the one that is generated by my Java. Okay, so what does it have? It has the machine understanding language of what I have written here. Okay, that means this step is actually done. Now Java could understand my program. Yes, now next part is I should get the output. So what is the output here I'm expecting? I should see hello world printed on my screen. Let's do that. How do I do that? I just need to use a command called java space the class name. That's it. Can you see the output now? Let's make some modification to this. Okay. What if then? Okay. So here excuse me.
So Sonu, you have done Java development as well as Selenium, or you are also an automation tester? Or?
I am an automation tester. I do know programming. I have worked on different programming languages, not just Java. I know C Sharp, Python, and Java, and also VB scripting.
Right. Okay. And what kind of tools you have used? It's just Selenium
I've
or?
used so I have used test complete. I've used a program called not a programming language. It's kind of a sense talk. So we use it for eggplant. There's a tool called eggplant, for automation testing and mobile automation testing tool, especially for iOS apps, Apple phones. I've used that,
Oh,
and I've also worked with QTP for some time, and I've also worked with other tool called Work Certify for some time, which is again a scriptless programming, um, scriptless automation tool. And
oh,
with
okay.
C Sharp, I've worked with Renorex and Selenium. And coming to
Oh, wow.
Python, I work for a RIDE called Rational Robo.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's nice. Lot
Thank
of
you.
exposure to lot of things. So
Yeah,
recently you are working where? In India?
I've worked for Planet Company.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Australian-based company. We are purely into automation testing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm now an associate architect for software automation testing. So my primary task is to develop a framework for any company or any client that comes, and I'll have to provide a solution in not more than a week. So I'm kind of an I think I'm pretty good in that in whatever I do here.
Oh, wow, that's good. Yeah, so I just want that framework part more, like.
Sure, sure. We'll definitely get there. So I'm just brushing up your skills. If you don't mind, is it? Let me know if you are kind of bored or if you don't understand anything.
No, no, I'm good.
Great. Now let's go and again compile my file. How do I compile a file? I'll have to use javac hello world.java. And as soon as I read this, I start compiling my program. I get an response. So it says that something is actually wrong. It says that I'm not able to compile the program successfully. Java is telling that I'm not able to compile the program successfully because I have an unreported exception, IO exception. So it says it has to be caught or declared to be thrown. Okay, let's do that. So what I have to do is I will have to use this. Now let's go back and try to compile it. Okay, now what's the next step? I'll have to run the program. So here it says please enter the input. So I'm going to enter Sony and see my input is the input that I have entered is Sony. Okay, this is a program that I have just written. Okay, let's try to understand this program. What is this all about? So this is a class which is pretty clear. So this OOPS programming languages would work this way. So we'll have a class inside it, and inside a class we'll have a main method. Yes, and inside the main method we'll have output statements. Yeah,
Yes.
control statements. Yes, we can also have conditional statements, right? Yeah, and logic. Let's call it more uh, professionally called business logic, right? This makes sense, right? So we can write our business logic. Business logic is nothing but what I really want to see on my computer. So if you take any application and any program that is written by a developer, and the output that we see, or just for that for a simplification, and here if I go to this, so this kind of a business logic here. So when I go to this URL, I should be able to see my email ID text field. That is a business logic. It's called a business logic. Condition statements. So do you know any of the condition statements, Sony? Hello? 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 How about now? Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me? Sonu? Hello.
Yes. Now I can hear you. How about you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we were talking about how the OOPS Pro concept work. Okay. So here I have listed down steps. So any OOPS built programming language will have this structure. We'll have class followed by a main method, and in the main method we may have output statements and control statements. Then you're there, right? Hello.
Yes, Sonu. Hello, I'm
So
here.
these are okay, great. So can you tell me some of the condition statements you know?
Conditional would be if else or if else
If
and yeah, mostly it is if
if
else
else.
when is used many times.
Then actually comes in VB scripting actually. So we
Oh,
don't use then in
right,
Java programming.
right. For
Okay.
loop is there.
For loop comes under control statements.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Have you heard of do
Yeah, do while, yeah.
while? Yeah. So these are all
Mhm.
conditional statements. So
Right.
for loop is one of the what is it? Control statements.
Control
While
statement.
yeah, while this can also be treated as a control statement
Mm-hmm.
because it keeps on executing until the condition is satisfied, right?
Right.
Okay. So coming to here, can you tell me what is this all about? What do we have here? We have a class, right?
Yes.
And then we have a method called main. Okay. So we can also have a method something like this. Yeah, this is also a method, isn't it?
Yes.
What is this? What is this
You
void?
mean void? I think so. Static void main method.
Okay, let's talk about
I
void.
don't remember it. Yeah.
It's okay, no problem. So void is kind of the third statement that you see here is a return type. Okay, so when I write a program, I expect something as a return. Okay, so we can return a string, we can return an integer, and if I have defined as void, that means returns nothing. Okay, so if I have something like this, static int, I'm giving some name. So what does this mean? This function is expected to return an integer. Okay, and if I write something like this, what does it do? It has to do? It has to return a this function.
So now, in case we start this course, how long will it take?
Pardon?
What's the duration of the course?
Uh, Depending on your requirements, Sony, actually, let's say that you would actually want to learn Java programming as well. It would take some about I mean how fast you pick up. I can actually complete the basics of Java programming along with the advanced concepts of core Java in about a month, and that actually that depends upon you totally. So if you are available every day and if you take these things pretty seriously and try to come up with new questions and new examples, new workarounds, it will be pretty simple. I can complete in 1 month. Or if you kind of feel that the things are not moving quickly and you need to have your professional space, you need to spend some time in your profession, then if you take the class, these sessions would extend for another 15 days. Yeah,
You have any
and
material for
meanwhile,
this? Sorry
of
to
course,
interrupt.
we do have. No problem. Yes, of
Okay.
course, we do have.
And and recorded videos in case you teach me something, then do you record the videos or you have something like that or?
Yes, of course. The guy who talks to you takes care of everything. Um, this SBR trainings will send you the recordings as well. You really don't have to worry about recordings.
Right. Okay.
Those are actually taken care by them. So they are pretty good in what they do. And they'll send out all the recordings to you as soon as the session is over. Since this is a demo, I don't think they'll record this. But if you think that this demo went on well, and you feel like you'd like to continue these sessions, and every session that we actually interact will be recorded and will be sent to.
Okay.
Uh, so how comfortable are you with so far whatever we have seen? If you feel good enough, we can go ahead.
Yes, I am understanding you. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to explain what does void mean. So what does void mean? Void means returns nothing. So every program that we return should have, every method that we return rather should return something or return nothing. Okay, so here since I have specified very specifically to return this function to return an integer, it should return any value from 0 to 1, 0 to 9, sorry. Okay, and coming to this function should return any string. Okay, be it anything, it has to be a string. Let's say, okay, so this is again wrong, so this cannot return an integer. This is wrong. We will get an syntax error. Okay, this is correct. Similarly, same thing applies here as well. So here I cannot ask this function to return a string. Okay, so let's actually try the positive scenario first. That means this function is expected to return an string, yeah, and this function is expected to return an integer. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. So tell me, do you think if I run this program, will I get 1 and SBR trainings as my output?
Can you repeat what you said?
With the program that I have here, do you think the outputs that I'm expecting here are 1 and SBR trainings?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah, whatever.
tell me? What is the output of this program should be?
So whatever number we will enter, it will print it.
So
Give me.
are we taking any input here?
If we enter like if we enter an integer, it will say correct. Or if we enter a string, it will say um, SRR training something.
Okay. So
No,
what does this function return?
pardon?
What does this function return? The highlighted function return?
It will return integers from 0 to 9.
Okay. So what is it I'm trying to return here actually?
1. Sorry. Yeah,
Great.
1.
How about here? How about this?
It will return a string called SBR training.
Okay, great. So now if I run this program, what should I be able to see in my screen, output screen?
Hello, hello. Then please enter your input. Hello world, or and then it would be your input is this. Then it will
Uh-huh.
return 1, and no, I'm not getting it.
Sure, no problem. Okay, let's try actually. Okay. What we have to do first, we'll have to compile our program, right? So the command is java space the class name dot java, and then after that we'll have to run. That is just a java space the class name. Okay, so What is the output I got here? I just got whatever I have entered here.
Right.
This wasn't executed and this wasn't executed. I didn't get these outputs.
Right.
Any idea why?
No.
Sure, no problem. See, this is a main method, okay? The example that the flow how we have seen is class will have main method, okay? A class will have only one main method, okay? And then we can have n number of methods as well. Method 1, method 2, method 3 like this. I can have n number of methods, okay? But how the programming works is class will have only one main method and all that written inside the main method will be displayed as an output statements, okay, in my output screen, okay. The rest of the methods, although they are compiled, but the statements that are inside this methods will never be executed, yeah, will never be seen on my output statement. That's because we haven't called these methods in my main method. If I have to get an output of the method 3, what I have to do is I'll have to call that method 3 in my main method. Okay, clear? I have to get an output of method 2. I'll have to call method 2. Okay, here let's see how we'll have to call it. We'll have to call it. We just have to similarly, if I have to call method 2, I just have to call this. Now let's go ahead and run this program.
So whatever is in the main method will only be executed.
Yes, will only be executed. Yeah, and all the methods that are that are not declared as main, yeah, like it has here, are considered as a or just considered as methods, but they won't be actually seen in my output screen. Okay,
Right.
until and unless I reference them in my main class, that I call them in my main class, they will not be seen in my output screen. They will be compiled, but they will not be seen in my output screen. So when I say compiled, I'll show you how. So here I'm trying to see. Now we got an output from this method and also from this method. Okay, now let's say that, like I told you, these methods, although they are written, and if they are not called here, yes, we don't see in our output screen, right? But these are compiled. Now let me show you an example here. Here I have. So what is the purpose of this method for? What is the purpose of this method? This method is written specifically to return an integer. Okay.
Right. Right.
Let's make this method more meaningful. F1 and keep it as F2. Okay. So this function, what is it? What does it do? It should return an integer. Now let's see what happens. Can you see? It shows an error. Okay, so the error is kind of not significant, not actually apt. There you go. So what does it show? Required int font string. What does it mean? It says that there are some incompatible types, and it is expected to return an integer, but it is returning but it has found a string. Okay, like I told you, the functions that are written here are compiled, but their output is not seen unless and until we call them in the main method. Alright, let's go ahead and call this. Since this is a method, we'll have to use brackets. Now we got right the difference between having a string in return and an integer return.
Yes.
And about void, what does void mean? Sonia, are you there? Yes, Sonia, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. So what are we trying here? So what does void mean?
And nothing.
Okay. Returns nothing. Let's take this one step. Okay. Now let's see how this works. Okay, I have written a void method. Yes, I have a string. I have a method that returns a string, and I also have a method that returns an integer. Now let's go ahead and run this program. Okay, so what does it say? It says cannot return a value from method whose result type is void. Return a void function. Yes, got it? So this returns nothing.
Yes. Right.
And that means I shouldn't be using return here at all. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Now if I run this program, what does it say? It still shows an error at line number 37, that is here. which says a void function error, not a statement. That means this is a wrong way. Okay, and let's go ahead and try to compile this program again. Sorry, what is wrong here?
Um, is the morning time suitable for you, Sonu?
Um, at what time you want me to be available?
Uh, for me it is like right now it's 12 o'clock. So
Oh,
in
is it?
case my night in the morning or my morning and your night, you're much early. I mean,
Yeah.
like at what time you come home and what the
Actually, I reach home by 6:30 usually, but today I had some calls to take, so I was late actually. So that is why this training had to be uh, put on hold till 8:30. But usually I
is
will
it
be
possible?
available at 6:30 IST.
Right, but is it possible in morning?
Yes, yes, of course. I can make it possible. So tell me a comfortable time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You can tell the SBR training is a comfortable time, and I'm okay with mornings too. So I usually wake up at 5 o'clock. So till from 5 to 6 o'clock, I can have a session.
Right. Okay.
Anything else?
No, I'm good. I'm good with this.
Okay. So here the program.
I liked it when
So
you are going in depth in both, like in Selenium WebDriver as well as Java, and I appreciate that. And
okay.
I just need more focus. You have a lot of exposures to framework. As per you said that you are now architecture and making frameworks for different companies, so I want to learn
Yes,
that part.
precisely. Okay. So let me take this opportunity to show you what I can help you with. So this is one of the framework that I have developed for a company called Center for Good Governance. It is which is a government company, government organization. So they had a requirement for Selenium. So these are the things that we have developed for them. So here we have the Selenium utilities like actions. So actions in the sense like clicking on a button. Yeah. Um, it's been a long time since I've used this. Okay. So here we have all the different methods. So these are some of the actions. Like send keys is an action, right? If you have to type something on a text box, we can use this, and we can, if we have to click on some button, we can use this function. If I have to select an item from drop down, I can use this. If I have to hover mouse on something like this, I have some functions written. Yeah, and coming to wait functions.
I had a question here. So, can we make
Yes.
can we make a method for selecting the any value from a drop-down box? Drop-down, I mean.
Yes, yes. This is a method that actually works for that. So
Which
select
one?
item from drop-down method here.
Okay.
So these are all the elements. So I have. So do you know what does function overloading mean?
No.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So so we can actually send different. So we have all the possible scenarios for selecting an item from drop down. So sometimes you you just have to send the value that you need to select, or sometimes you can just select the index. So index means, you know what I'm telling, right? So index means that let's go to this Facebook page, for instance. So here you may see a drop down, right? This is a drop down. So if I have to select value at if I have to select 2, what can I say? I can just select, I can send 2 here. Okay, if I have to select if I have to use index based thing, and if I send as 2, the value that is going to be selected is 1. Yeah, understood? So like this I have all the possible combinations that are that can be done with inserting an item from drop down. Okay, similarly for click as well, and similarly for send keys and everything. So everything is written here. I can share this code with you readily if you're okay with that. And I also have some reporting classes. Okay, so what does this reporting classes mean? So unless and until you show what you have done, there's no point of doing what we are doing, right? So if there is unless and until there is a pictorial representation that, or there is a formal representation of what we actually done, there's no point of doing anything. So that is why we have very specifically written functions on, especially for reporting, to showcase what is exactly done on the application. Okay, like that we have other things also. Yeah, we have file operations and timeouts, utilities mostly. So to get the calendar date, today's date, like this we have all functions. So if you have to read an Excel, read data from Excel, we have all those functions. Yeah, read test data from an Excel file. Yeah, if you have to, if you know what does a property file mean, we actually use a property file to store all the elements. So elements, I mean, so here you see, right, all these elements, targets. So these are elements. So all these can be stored in a property file which looks like this. So this is how it's going to look like. All the elements are stored here, and from here we actually use this function to read from this property file, and that is actually passed to this, to the function or test scripts. So if you have the application ready for with you, I I can definitely say that I will deliver the framework as well as a kind of example to show you how this framework works. I can actually automate 2 to 3 test scripts as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah. It was a good session. Really, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Sorry, though I think though it's too late. Thanks for spending your time. Please get back to SBR trainings if you're okay with this, and we can start as soon as possible.
Yeah, sure. Only thing is like two things. Like I want to complete this course as soon as possible. So in case you can allocate more time per day, uh, I know my Java concepts are a bit big and I want to go in depth for everything. But yeah, these two things I'm finding that I want to complete it as soon as possible. Although like it would not be hard because you know already I have 9 years of experience in QA. I worked on a lot of tools like as we do. I told that I have worked on Selenium ID, etc. So
Yes,
it's
yes.
just what happened. So no, actually in 2006 I went for an interview for as an .NET developer. But they said
Uh-huh.
that the position is filled, and if you want to go in a QA, we have some good positions. and I thought that it is a good company. There was one good company in Gujarat, so one of the best company in all over Gujarat. So I said, okay, I will go for QA. So I have learned Java, I have learned C Sharp, but this is the story. And now I am a
Okay, okay.
QA. Uh,
Acha. No problem.
I'm liking you are making me teach everything, and I want to learn Java concept, Java basic concept, not core Java, but yeah, at least because you know the questions are been
हाँ,
fired for.
सोनी कोर का मतलब है just basics, okay? So advanced का मतलब होता है full Java.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah, yeah.
as per the Selenium requirement, आप सिर्फ core Java जानना है.
Right, right. I'm getting you. Yeah, sure, sure.
So core Java
Um,
is kind of mandatory. So we can definitely help you with that.
yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Anyways, I like the session, and yeah, if we can set something like this is like I have it's almost 12:30 here. It's lunchtime, and normally in official hours something comes up, you know. So in
Yes, yes,
case you can
I do
arrange
understand.
something,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, no
If
problem.
you can
So
arrange early
yeah.
or late night for me.
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely we can do that. So please tell your, please very specifically tell your comfortable time. I feel that you're comfortable as I feel that I mean if you are very comfortable, you'll also feel like learning. If you're not comfortable at all, if the classes are not on your comfortable time, you'll be in a rush to finish the session, but you don't get anything out of it. Okay, so please be very specific about the timings, and we will try to adjust with your timings as well. It's not that we can be liberal on that. We don't have any problem. We are flexible with the timings.
Okay, yeah, sure, sure, Sonu.
Anything else you're looking for, Sony, other than this?
No, only two things. I want to be good in core Java and I want to be good in Selenium. If someone asks you how depth you know the framework, I should able to explain them what I have done. Like I have not done something, but like you know, the people ask because I had got an opportunity to work on ready-made frameworks, but not an opportunity to make the frameworks, right?
Okay, okay. Yeah, no problem. The thing and
And
the thing is,
specific framework like
mhm.
data-driven framework, hybrid framework, keyword, as I told you that I want more explosion on that. As well as I like the way you explained me about the Java. This all things are familiar to, like I know I'm working day to day, but like it's many times writing the code or copy pasting it from the Google and then running it. You can understand that this is happening everywhere. But
I've been there, done that.
yeah.
No problem.
Uh, yeah, so I appreciate your help, and yeah, surely I will. I'm just going to talk to my employer, and then yeah, we can work out. Yeah, sure, for sure.
Sure. That's great. Thanks so much for your time. Once again, Sony, please get back to SPR as soon as possible. We'll definitely work it out. No problem. I can help you
Sure,
with
sure.
everything.
Thank you. Sure. Thank you very
Okay
much.
then.
Have a good night ahead,
Have a
sir.
good evening. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.